This one is, oh my gosh, it's Professor Lando. I didn't even see this. Holy. I last watched Professor Lando when he talked about whoa, 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 whoa. That just flashbanged my eyeballs. I need to bleach my eyes after seeing that image. This guy has covered some pretty hot topics in recent years. Some of them I've watched. I haven't seen this one though, so we're gonna get into it. This is, Armpits Explained. I remember even Simp mentioned the Discord, about, when I accused him of being a foot bro, he said the armpit bros are apparently worse. But we'll see. Professor Lando of Ligma University is going to explain to us. Professor Lando, the one and only.
Lando, and in today's lecture, we are going to learn about armpits.
Okay.
So we've covered
Noted.
a myriad of topics here at the Lando Institute of Guidance, Maturity, and Academics, and these topics have ranged greatly in their level of depravity.
I'm submitting the food one, please. No, please. I do not want to stream futa on Twitch.
And so students, you might be wondering, why is it that today we're going over something so mundane? Hidden behind the most unassuming things, like armpits, the community at large continues to push the boundaries of what is considered, how would you say, desirable, what is considered an object of desire, an object of lust. And in layman's terms, what I'm saying exactly is that people out there find armpits attractive.
Is this true? Do you guys find armpits attractive?
Well, first off, I don't want to make any assumptions on the educational level here in this classroom right now. So why don't
In joke in the Toho fandom is that because the characters are so modestly dressed, you better be into armpits because that's all you're getting. This is like back in the day when, the men were obsessed with, with the woman showing their ankles, but this is even more absurd.
we start with something simple?
Okay.
What is an armpit?
Okay, definition time. What do you mean no? Oh, okay, never mind. That was the other question.
So if you don't know, students, the
Oh, jeez, no. Oh, no. The Sonichu fans are coming out.
armpit is going to be the part of the body located in this general area. Here you go, if you're having trouble seeing that right there.
The horses? What?
The students in the back, that is what we are talking about when we refer to the armpit. So just know that going forward for the usage of this lecture, that is what we in fact are referring to.
Okay,
So,
okay. Duly
students,
noted.
You might be looking at my drawing here, my educational diagram, and you might be thinking to yourself, Professor Lando, that seems a little not quite right. That is maybe
It's a little bit not see-so.
a little naughty, you might be thinking. And to
Yes.
that, I would say that they are already getting to you.
Wait,
Who's
what?
they? Well, that's what this lecture is going to be about. But firstly, I would like to say that what I see is a fully clothed woman. Beautiful woman, Batwoman, but a fully clothed one nonetheless. And
We're like 80% clothes, more like.
no explicit body part is being exposed. So when you ask, Professor Lando, is that allowed?
Wait, when did the clouds appear?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? The premise of this lecture hinges on the fact
Wait. It just keeps cutting and the armpit gets more and more detailed.
that armpits are indeed on the rise in terms of popularity. And we can take a look at these examples in modern media to show what
no.
I'm talking about.
I'm dreading
All right,
this.
students, here you can see a compilation of very intentional pit showcasing in mainstream media. The market can
What the heck am I looking at here? Holy. She just had 20 push-up. How did you miss it? I don't know. Smash is getting worse.
continuously adapts to the taste of the consumer.
Wait, I think that's from... Hold on. That's the person from... Freerun. There we go.
Here we see an undeniable shift towards that, with armpits being
Okay,
showcased
okay.
more as the demand for armpits
Oh wait, it actually says the franchise down here. Never mind, I'm stupid.
increases, thus being recognized and served by the companies.
All right, students, I almost forgot, but before we continue with the rest of the lecture, I want to go over our next.
Wow, you know to read? Yep. And what's worse is I sat there for like a minute and a half, trying to think of what the franchise was without actually reading.
Next homework assignment. you're going to need to check out Silver and Blood Requiem, a spectacular
Oh,
gothic
okay.
aesthetic RPG set in the continent of Menexus.
Please don't be gacha, please
where
don't be gacha,
blood
please don't be
serves
gacha.
as the fountain of life and the carrier of memories for your adventure
Looking?
in this dark fantasy medieval epic. And as you students know,
It's probably a gacha. No gameplay. It's gacha. It's totally gacha. Ah, damn it. We got baited again.
our school is focused on the most important intellectual pursuits. Anime girls
I
and
ain't
boys,
gachaing.
and,
Nope.
well, they're armpits. And as you can see here, we can appreciate the success of Silver and Blood
Wow.
Requiem in that aspect, with the gothic-style
Looking.
characters and their armpits. And thankfully, Silver and Blood Requiem also has a cast of over 50 medieval characters and romanticist roles to choose from, each with a distinct identity for you to battle and forge unbreakable bonds with. Not to mention, Silver and Blood Requiem's base drawing probability is 4%, which means that on average, you're going to pull an SSR after about 20 to 30 pulls, which is much higher than similar gacha games. And trust me,
Ah, damn it. He admits
I
it was
should know.
gacha. Guilty. You've played all the gacha games.
featuring music from renowned video game composer Yasunori Nishiki, command
Who?
the shifting tides of battle to retake the land of Menexus from the
Oh, Jesus. Looks so boring.
monstrous blood beasts, and be enthralled by a star-studded voice cast, including Takahito Koyasu and Akari Kito, as they bring the vassals to life. It's an absolutely breathtaking audio experience you're not going to want to miss as you harness the power
It has gameplay for once. What, this?
of blood and purge the horrors that lurk within this gothic landscape. Blood memories awaken, the path home begins. Alright students, you can download
The only good part about that video was the animation. The gameplay looked like a snooze fest.
and play
No,
Silver
Limbus
Blood
Company?
Requiem
Oh,
by
maybe I'll
clicking
try
the
it.
link in the description below or by scanning the QR code on the screen here for both PC and mobile users. Don't forget, you can click these links to also check out the
What are we watching
Hue
today?
Is Your Blood Cold events as well. Thank you
Hey,
so
Shinzu,
much to
we're watching
Skystone
Professor
Games and to
Lando,
Silver and
Armpits
Blood
Explained.
Requiem for
Hold on, let me give you a shout out real quick. Shout out. Shinzuki. Shintori. Did I get it right? Sweet! I got it right. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
sponsoring today's lecture. Let's get back to class with a Ligma University exclusive interview with one of these
Ligmables!
twisted individuals that finds armpits attractive.
Okay. The identity of peoples involved in this interview have been anonymized to ensure their safety. Okay. Makes sense. We wouldn't want them to be attacked online. I have access to the command? Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Alright then.
Okay, well, first off, I wanted to thank you for
Supposedly
joining
not
us
into
and
armpits?
agreeing to partake in this interview.
Doubt.
I'm happy to be here and tell people about
Very
this
much into
experience.
armpits.
Yeah,
We know
no
it's him.
problem at all.
69 minutes. I see what you did there. Nice one, Mr. Lando.
So can
Armpits?
you
Yeah.
How did this all start?
Well, I've liked armpits ever since I could remember, really. Ever since I was
Lando
a kid,
interviews, not Lando. True.
When I was a kid, I played this game. Are you familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh no, 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 no. Not Sonichu. Everywhere I go, it follows me. It turns out he's actually interviewing Chris Chan.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't wear shirts, a lot of them, and sorry. No, we can keep going. I just, you know, I haven't spoken to my family in
What did he do to Sonic? I don't think we want to know.
years.
That must have been hard.
It's been hard, but
The
you know,
degenerate
this is
starter
life.
kits?
I
True.
chose to be into armpits. Yeah,
Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
that's the sort of thing with these kinds of things. I mean, you don't really plan to be into armpits.
I can't imagine that is
But
true.
then you find yourself alone at night and
Oh no.
just sorry. No, so yeah, I'm okay. If I could stop, I would.
I do hope you can get the help you need, but
Yeah, he needs some serious
I do
help, bro.
appreciate you giving us
As soon as I heard about the Sonic thing, I'm like, yep, he needs immediate medical
your
attention.
time and coming on here to tell the world about your affliction.
I just think it's so hot.
It's kind of weird. They passed away shortly after this interview. Oh, that's nightmare-ish right there. Damn. He suffocated. He suffocated while buried deep in some pit. You mean an armpit? No foul play suspected. Okay. Sure, not Lando. Yep. I don't know, Shinzu. This guy's pretty convincing.
These people live among us, and it's our duty to
Could be
weed them
you,
out,
could be me, could be any
identify
one of
them,
us.
and make sure that we don't fall into the same
Guess what I put in the suggestions channel server? I have no idea.
fate
I'll see
that
it
they
when I
have
see it.
unfortunately found themselves in.
Among Us, yep. Could be you, Chief. Could be
So, you might be
Fasali. Could be
wondering, Professor Lando,
Malto. Could be me.
Now
could
that
be
I know
Lando.
that there are
Who
malicious
knows?
actors out there trying to convince me, an innocent person, to be attracted to armpits of all things, what can I do to protect myself? Well, I
Gouge out your eyes.
have a diagram for you.
Oh, diagram. Learning time, boys. We're back in school.
This is the Professor Lando diagram
Not
of
me.
armpit complexity. Memorize what I'm about to show you, and you will be well equipped to face the dangers of armpits online.
Damn, he's
So
threatening
first
legal
up,
action?
We have level
Oh, boy.
1.
Yeah, Creeper's kind of sus, true.
So what are we talking about when we say armpit complexity? Well, mainly, specifically, the amount of detail present in a depiction of armpits online. And first we
Okay.
have level 1, safe. As you can see here in this diagram, this depiction of an armpit, there are no lines drawn. This is something akin to like a cartoon or like a stick figure drawing almost. You can see there's no indication of any sort of complexity or detail
Okay.
here. So here at level
right.
1, you can be confident that you are safe. Level 2. Here in level 2, you're going to see the emergence of a line. We are
Okay,
seeing
okay.
the addition of this complexity here on a very basic level. Perhaps this is an artist's depiction of depth there. They want to imply that, yes, that is an armpit, and there is a sort of
A famous quote says, Creeper. Oh, man.
a pit.
I've never heard that
obviously,
quote
a
before.
depth there, and I'm simply trying to convey to you my artistic merit in being able to depict said body part. And so here at level 2, we are increasing the complexity, but still safe. Next up,
Okay.
we have level 3. Here we see the complexity increase with the addition of another line, perhaps two.
Okay.
We are
Oh.
officially in dangerous territory.
This is where you don't want to
can't
be, guys.
exactly sure who are your friends and who are your enemies. Here, what does that mean? Here we see the increase in complexity with the armpits. And I guess the question you really have to ask yourself is why? Why are these lines added, and are they necessary?
I feel like it's completely normal to draw armpits. The moment you start talking about it too much, that's when it gets sus.
And here I would say that although suspect territory,
Highest
you
level
can't
is
be
stink.
exactly sure if you're in the danger zone or not. Because
Trust no
you know,
one, true.
maybe this is just simply
You have no
an
friends, only
attention
enemies.
to detail, wanting to be more specific and more perhaps anatomically correct. So I would say proceed with caution here at level 3, but don't assume you're safe. However, with the next level, level 4.
Okay.
Here at level 4, we see the complexity of the armpit reach completely unnecessary levels, with so many lines and creases being added, like you're trying to tell the age of a tree. This is completely absurd. Maybe you'll even see a bit of that freshly shaven rape.
So this is when you've gone too far. Highest level is when the armpit looks vaguely vaginal. Don't ask me how I know. Wait, what? Meltamantle, what kind of art you been looking at recently? That's whole mega sus.
Razor burn, or
And a little
perhaps
sweat's true.
some musk coming off of the armpit
Oh, jeez.
to depict maybe some heat emanating off of it. Maybe you got some sweat beads there.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Or
This is
maybe
too
you
much.
can even add a little bit of a hair, a little bit of hair never. So you've been warned. Level 4, that's when we've completely gone off the deep end, and I would turn the other way. So the question is why? What
Wait, there's no level 5?
exactly is the mechanism driving the popularity of armpits?
Gooners. Gooning too far?
And that
True.
mechanism is power creep. If you
I did not expect power creep to come into this, honestly. We're using anime metrics now.
play trading card games, competitive trading card games, you might be familiar with the concept. The same thing happens when it comes to explicit body parts and desire. Let's go back in time. Let's go back and take a look at what people considered attractive. Many, many years ago,
It was the ankle. See, I mentioned this earlier. It was the ankle.
the thought of seeing someone's ankle was scandalous. To see someone's little bit of skin showing because a dress was a little too short was considered perhaps explicit, lustful, even. Of course, nowadays we see something like this and think, well, that's ridiculous. So that's where we're starting. The bar is low. But over time, people got used to the ankle, right? So we have to push the boundaries to get that same rush that we used to feel when looking at an ankle. So what
So then we got to see the knees.
started as an ankle might evolve to thighs.
Oh, jeez. Okay. He went far beyond where I was guessing. I was like, okay, it's going to be the knees. And he straight up, he gave us the whole thighs.
Thigh highs and that little bit of squish that's shown just below the skirt. See, our senses are getting dulled. We get used to the things we see and we require more activation of that little thing in the back of our brains.
Thighs,
Ankles
understand?
weren't enough.
Yeah, they're understandable.
Thighs
Armpits, no.
eventually weren't enough. Now this is something mundane. This is something you might see me wearing at the mall, or I don't know.
Whoa, Lando, why are you wearing thigh highs?
But eventually we need to go even further beyond. And so
Wait, with thigh highs. What are these little strap thingies? What do they even connect to? Ad? Oh no. He's been hit by the dreaded ads. I am terribly sorry. It's Jober. You do not get to see the third stage in Power Creep. It's orangutans again. Garter belts? I don't know what a garter belt is. You see, my knowledge on fashion is completely limited. It was only like 2 years ago where I finally learned what a choker was. Like, I just knew it as this thing that women wear around their neck. I didn't actually know what it was. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what a cardigan was. I didn't know what mascara was. Pretty much anything to do with looks and fashion, I didn't know what it was. Okay, I had to be sat down and it all had to got explained to me. Methinks Lando is secretly your brother-in-arms, Fox. Caught? What do you mean, brother-in-arms? I know what you're trying to imply, brother in armpits. No, we're not, okay? I am 100% not the armpit guy. I'm, in fact... What actually am I? If I had to pick. Visual learner, polished champ. Okay, sorry, if I had to think down. I like a good hand. And it's not because I'm self-conscious about my own feminine-looking hands.
we start liking things like wearing diapers.
What? Oh, that escalated quickly.
It's a
Both your What? We ain't femboys.
Oh.
9!
No, yeah, that's gross. Just kidding. Just kidding. Stupid. Finding yourselves being attracted to armpits of all things. God. All right, students. So in conclusion, I think we've learned that, yes, there are people out there that see armpits as
Isn't that a Stolfo? Isn't that a Stolf? Wait. Once is a coincidence. Twice is a pattern. Three times is caught.
objects of lust,
Four! Hold up. He's got 4 Stolfos?
of desire. And it's sick and it's twisted. And I would say to you, don't let these troubled individuals convince you
I see he is an average femboy enjoyer.
that you should not draw armpits or not post a selfie, that you should be embarrassed and or ashamed.
How can you spot it so fast? Femboy instinct? No, I do not have femboy instincts. I have an uncanny valley tomboy instinct, so I can immediately tell when something's wrong.
Of such a normal, run-of-the-mill body part. It's just an armpit, right? So I would say just
Recognizing your person? No! I do not have the femboy senses. I am not the femboy sense. I do not have any femboy-related things.
just keep posting them or drawing them or what have you, because nothing's wrong with an armpit. It's just a normal body part. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? That people are even attracted to this normal body part. It's crazy to me. You know, what's next?
That's pretty insane.
What are people going to be into next? It's
I have an idea. Based on the graphs he gave us from the armpits, you know, how he goes from stage 1 to stage 4, it's gonna be necks. Yep, that's right. The thing that connects, you know, your torso to your head, it's gonna be necks. Think about it. You also draw necks with stages of complexity. It's either just, you know, two bare lines connecting the head and the body, and then sometimes you can add throat, and then after that you can add in veins, then maybe a little bit of sweat, you know? I'm just saying. Once you go off the deep end, you get into armpits. And then once you get over that, it circles back round and you start liking necks. That's my conspiracy theory.
Crazy to me.
Oh no, not the feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I was wrong. He was implying feet, not necks. Clappies. That was a nice vid. GG's. Explainy hentai tags? Oh jeez. Oh no. I don't even want to know. Alright, let me paste in the video for you. Boop. Nice. Alright then, let's give this guy a like. Well done, Professor Lando. Never locked in for a lesson so fast.